Welcome everyone. We're so excited to have you here. Welcome to Made Known 2021, our recharge day. We're so hyped, so excited that you could join us, even though it's online and we couldn't do anything in person like our usual winter retreat and stuff that some of our parishes tend to do. We're so happy that you've chosen to join us. We have a lot of great fun planned for today, and we have all these high hopes for you guys today, all right? But you might be asking yourself, what exactly is a recharge day? Because we've never exactly run one of these before. But you see, because it's not a retreat where we're taking you out to the wilderness or to a cabin or somewhere completely different than you normally would be, and where you then, in that kind of silence and that stillness away from the world, where you can re-engage with the Spirit, re-engage with God, you're still in your house. You're probably in your room or your basement or your living room right now, and you are still in amongst all of the craziness of the world. But a lot of us, I know I have been, we've been feeling this drain of our energy, right? Some of us have had messed up prayer schedules. A whole bunch of stuff has been going on because of the pandemic and the lockdowns, that we feel disconnected from God, we feel disconnected from the Spirit, and we need something to recharge those spiritual batteries. Some of us may not have even gone to Mass in the last little while because of the fact that things are shut down. So the point of today is to, while still within everything, plug ourselves back into what God and the Spirit are trying to say to us and lead us to, and to recharge ourselves a little bit, all right, to get reinvigorated in our faith. So before we begin, I'm responsible here for giving us some of our rules and expectations, the schedule, all of that. So hang with me as I kind of introduce everything. We're going to start with some of the rules, because there are still rules even though we're online, all right? We got 7 rules, because 7 is the most holy number. Here we go. Rule number 1. This is specifically related to our Zoom calls, all right? Not so much the YouTube stuff like now, but specifically for our Zoom calls. When you join, you have a wonderful name that appears on the screen, all right? When we see that name, that gives us a lot of important information. This means that you need to have your name set up in a very important way so that 1, we know you're actually supposed to be in the call and you're not some stranger who's now joined us. 2, it lets us know what parish you're from, and 3, it lets us know who you are. So when you join, we do ask that you have your name in the following sequence. We ask for the initials, or the first few letters of the name of your parish. So if you're from Holy Family, put HF. If you're from St. Isaac Jogue, put SIJ. If you're from St. Pat's, put SP. If you're from Merciful Redeemer, put MR. And if you're from Nativity of Our Lord, you can just put NAT for Nativity. All right. After that, put a nice hyphen, a nice dash, and following that, put your name. There is some organization, most small groups won't be happening in the main call, but for the few things that do happen in the main call, it makes it way easier for us if we know who you are, know what parish you're from, and then we can organize you based on that. And my parish at Life Team, we like to swap names a lot, put in some silly things. That's a lot of fun, we love it, but for specifically today, please avoid that at all costs, because it makes it a bit of a headache on our end. So thank you in advance for following that. All right, rule number 2, here we go. Turn your cameras on, please. All right, this is something that we understand that sometimes you will have to turn your camera off. Like if you get up and you leave to go to the bathroom, you don't need to leave your camera on. Or if someone comes into your room and is doing things behind you, you can turn it off for the sake of privacy. All right, we understand that there is stuff going on and we respect that. But at the same time, if someone's giving a live talk, as there will be some of those today, or if you're in your small group and you're trying to have a discussion, it adds that extra personal touch where even though we're not together, it can still somewhat feel like we are. All right. It also lets us know that you're paying attention and that there's not as much distractions. For example, look at this. When your screen is off, you could be on your phone. You could be sitting in a really weird way. You could be completely unfocused. You could be playing video games or something for all we know. All right. But when your screen's on, you're attentive. You're usually paying more attention because people can see you. There's that accountability. And on top of that, it's more personal. We don't feel like we're talking to a black screen. So we do ask at all costs, please keep that camera on. But if you cannot, for whatever reason, we do also understand. As for microphones, unless you're speaking, please leave your microphone muted so that we don't have the random dogs barking or random noise that we have to try to figure out where that's coming from. All right. Rule number 3. Here we go. Shower. You heard me. You don't necessarily have to shower, but at least get dressed. All right. When we dress ourselves in a certain way, when we prepare ourselves from the day, we put our minds in the right place to engage. You don't get to school by rolling out in your pajamas and you just kind of roll to school usually. All right, for those of you who go to Catholic school, you have a uniform that you have to put on. For those of you who go to public school, you probably still get dressed in something somewhat nice. All right, the way we dress affects our mental and emotional and spiritual states. So don't be like this, all right? Look at Shelly, like hair looks super greasy, all right? She's probably in her pajamas. She looks exhausted. She clearly didn't sleep last night. She also doesn't look like she showered in a few days. She's probably smelling pretty darn ripe right about now, right? Which means the room probably gross as well, all right? This is not conducive to a good recharge where she's able to connect with God in a very good way. But this is Shelly setting herself up for success. She looks much more rested, all right? She's clearly showered. She's ready to take on the day. I bet she smells much better, all right? Today is not about comfort or laziness, but recharging your spiritual batteries, and that requires you to actually put some effort in, all right? So if you didn't sleep well last night, take a quick nap at one of the points in the day where you have that opportunity. Make sure you're not just in your pajamas. Make sure you are ready to go and you're ready to attack today as if you're at an actual retreat. And also, for those of you who like to do video calls without pants on for some reason, put on some dang pants. Please, we beg you, all right? Rule number 4, appropriate use of the chat. So what this means is right now we've got this YouTube chat beside me. I don't know which side it's on, but it's beside me. You're probably blowing it up with a whole bunch of silliness. That's awesome. We love that. Zoom calls, there's a chat there. You'll probably blow that up with chat too. Also really cool, really fun. We love doing that at Holy Family. It's a great experience for everyone involved because it shows you're participating and you're engaged. At the same time though, we have to be mindful of the things we are putting in chat, all right? We want to stay appropriate or somewhat on topic, all right? So if you are listening to a talk about courage or love and you start talking about what you ate for dinner last night, that's not relevant to anything at all in the chat, that just becomes a distraction. Alternatively, if you're disrespecting or belittling someone, all right, here's an example of Maria clearly having to rethink what's kind of going on in her small group and during her chatting, all right? See how Maria went to write something negative about me and then thought about it, changed her mind, and quickly switched it to being affirming and positive? That's what we want to see. That doesn't mean you can't ask some hard questions or maybe even challenge each other just a bit in small groups, but at the same time, we don't want to be rude or mean. Be like Maria at the end of that video. Don't be like my teenagers who rip into me at all costs, all right? Rule number 5, go outside. This might seem intuitive because of the fact that this is an online recharge day, but we have specifically scheduled in time during the day for you to go out and do things, all right? If you just stay inside all day, you're gonna feel like your energy's drained, you're gonna feel kind of gross. It's not gonna be good to be staring at a screen for 9 hours today, all right? Don't be like this. This is not good for you. But if you go outside, you'll get that vitamin D, you'll get that fresh air, you'll get all that energy that will help you have a better day. All right, so we highly encourage you at different points during the day. You may have a specific challenge, you may not, but do some of your prayers outside, get outside, go and spend some time in that nice cold winter air and in that snow, assuming the weather's good. We pre-recorded this, so who knows. But go outside, all right? Rule number 6, here we go. Do your best to be on time. In youth ministry, we have this horrible habit of things tend to start late and people tend to, be late, and it's not gonna work in this online format, guys, all right? These videos are set to premiere at a specific time. Zoom calls will be starting and small groups and stuff will be starting at specific times. Now, if for whatever reason you have like a birthday going on for a parent or a sibling and you have to step out for a little while and then you come in 10 minutes late, their YouTube videos can be started late. That's not a thing that you can't do. And maybe your Zoom call will be able to wait for you a little bit, but please do your best, show that respect, be on time, and if you do have to be late for something, let whoever will be leading that session possibly know, or alternatively just casually come in, don't be super disruptive when you arrive, but truly do your best, be on time. And finally, rule number 7, all right? The most stereotypical retreat or recharge rule to ever exist, we need you to be open. This is a little bit of a different format, all right? We've never done this before, you've never done this before. How well it's going to work, it depends entirely on you. It depends on how open you are to the movement of the Spirit through this digital avenue. It depends on how ready you are to open yourself to recharge your batteries. It depends on how willing to engage and participate you are. Whatever you are willing to put into this a day, God is going to take that, multiply it by like 1,000 and throw it right back to you. But if you give him nothing, If you're here for whatever random reason because you have nothing better to do on a Saturday at the end of January because it's lockdown, I don't know. But if you don't put anything into this, you're kind of just going through the motions, you're going to get nothing out of it. And that's just a waste of your time. It's a little bit of a waste of our time. And poor God is sitting there super upset that you couldn't give him just the smallest amount that he could work with. So be open throughout today. Those are our main rules, guys. There are going to be a few other small things probably that might come up throughout the day. For the most part, these are our big 7. So we do ask, do your best to follow them, and we'll all have a great time today. All right? Awesome. Here are some expectations and the schedule and all of that for you guys. First and foremost, you should have received an email. That should be how you got the link to come see all of this beauty. All right? So if you received that email, you will find in it the links to where you need to be at the beginning of each hour when we start the different activities, all right? That will have your links to your YouTubes, your Zooms, anything else that you might need is all in that email. So if you do not have that email, if you got here because your friend shot you the link, message your youth minister, message your core member, get them to get you that email so that you have everything you might need, all right? Speaking of the schedule, here it is. We're just gonna pull this up right now. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to quickly run through what the schedule of today will look like and how we're kind of going to run this, all right? So right now it is just afternoon. We're in the welcome video section. We got some praise and worship coming up after me. This is the beginning. This will probably be done 12:30, maybe 12:40 latest. What that's going to mean is after that you have 20 minutes before our large game and small groups begin. So in those 20 minutes, you can go get a snack, you can go take a nap, you can go run outside, do whatever you want because there's nothing going on during that time period, all right? But at 1 o'clock sharp, we'll be back in a Zoom call, link again in that email I was talking about. And in that Zoom call, we'll be having a big game incorporating everyone from all the different parishes, all right? So it's going to be a sainthood themed game, but we've got that happening. That'll probably take about 15 to 20 minutes for us to kind of play through that game. And then you're going to be splitting off into your small groups for the day to have some introductory questions and some introductions and kind of plan out what you think you might get out of today and how you're planning on engaging today, all right? So that'll probably all be done by about 12:40-ish, which means again, you got that 20-minute period at 1:40 to 2 o'clock to go and do whatever you need, all right? So at 2 o'clock, we have our first session. That's on YouTube. That is our first session on sainthood, all right? When you're there, that'll probably last about 10-15 minutes, and then it'll be followed by immediate praise and worship after that. Once that ends, that'll probably take about half an hour in total, so that would be around 2:30. You have half an hour to prepare for your small group, which will be happening at 3, all right? So that's again, half an hour, go take your walk, answer a challenge if you've received a challenge, do whatever you need to do, because at 3 o'clock in Zoom with your parishes, you'll be starting your small group sessions, all right? And that will last for as long as your small group chooses to meet. Again, any dead time after that, use it. Go outside. Go and do some prayers. Do whatever you need to do to best utilize your day. All right? Starting at 4 o'clock p.m., we have individual workshops. There are 3 of them. You don't need to sign up. You can just click on the link of this workshop you want to go to. All right? We'll have a little bit more details on that later, but those 3 workshops are going to be available for you to go and do something a little more practical, a little bit more planning-wise rather than listening to us talk at you. You're going to be using that. You're going to be using that to have practical applications for some of the things that we're talking about today. All right? Starting at 5 o'clock, this is when we are giving you guys a dinner hour. So please go have dinner if you want to come back to the call. This will be on Zoom and eat with us. That's cool. We're going to have some different games and stuff running. There's some online versions of board games that'll be happening in one room of our Zoom call. We will have maybe some Jackbox games happening in another one. And in the main space, if you just want to chill, eat some food, or argue about dumb things like how a dog wears pants or how to eat craft dinner, Marie and I will be hanging in the main space. That will be going on for the whole hour. If you want to do the games, we recommend joining at 5 or 5:30 because that'll kind of be when we reset that thing. All right. Starting at 6, we have session 2 on sainthood. Again, that will be on YouTube. You'll be watching that video followed by the praise and worship. Again, same as always, probably about half an hour. Time after that, you have to relax, take a break. Small groups begin at 7 with your parish. Following those small groups, some space and time for you to do whatever you need to do to get ready for adoration at 8 o'clock p.m., all right? Adoration and worship will last from the full hour of 8 to 9 when we wrap up our recharge day. That is our schedule for the day, guys. If you need that, that's posted on our Instagram account. If you don't have it, just message your youth minister. Hopefully you took a picture of it while it's up on the screen so that you know what you need to be doing at each hour. It's also, again, in that email. That email is your key code and your key pass to everything that you need for the day. Finally, we ask you to wear your T-shirt, all right? If you got a T-shirt, put on your T-shirt. This is important because if you take pictures of yourself in your T-shirt, post it on Instagram and tag us. Put hashtag MDKN2021, tag us at MDKN2021, and what's going to happen is on our main Instagram account for this Recharge Day, we're going to be reposting those and sharing the photos that you guys are submitting, and whenever you submit one, you are then entering yourself into a draw for a raffle and a gift card, all right? So make sure you are tagging us when you are sharing these posts. If you don't have Instagram, again, send us some photos, and if you give us your permission, we can post them on our youth ministry accounts, and we can then use those to enter you into the draw. And if you don't have a shirt, well, you can still play. If you have a previous year shirt from one of our retreats, or you have a youth ministry shirt in general, go for it. Post pictures of those to say that you are fully in. Or alternatively, just wear a regular shirt and put like a sticker on it that says Made Known or MDKN 2021. We'll count it, whatever it takes. All right? Just because you don't have a shirt or you don't have Instagram doesn't mean you can't enter into these things. That's it for me, guys. We're going to close in worship, but we're super excited to have you here today. Hopefully you have a wonderful experience, and we'll check in on you soon. All right? Peace, guys.
Hello, brothers and sisters. My name is Chico. And God in his infinite goodness, his everlasting goodness, is giving us this chance right now to join him in his throne room so we can be ourselves and use these songs of praise and worship to lift up our entire, like the contents of our hearts and of our minds and of our souls. So if you're coming here stressed, or you're coming here feeling good, or you're coming here somewhere in between, God wants to take all of that in. And so let's just use this opportunity now, and let's praise and worship his name together as we give more and more of our hearts to him. Here in the valley of my soul, when I am lost and all alone, through the shadows I can see your love is chasing after me. You cross the canyons of my fears, over the oceans of my tears, like the wind that moves the trees. Your love is chasing after me. No mountain higher, no river wider, my heart may wander, your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Oh, oh, oh. Closer than the air I breathe, your love is chasing after me. No mountain higher, no river wider, my heart may wander, your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Oh, 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 oh. I see my chains unraveling all of my shame for victory. I feel my heart run wild and free. There is no place I'd rather be. Oh, I see my chains unraveling, all of my shame for victory. I feel my heart run wild and free. There is no place I'd rather be. Yeah. No mountain higher, no river wider. My heart may wander, your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Your love will never stop, never stop, never stop. Your love will never stop chasing after me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Humble King, Holy One, friend of sinners, God's own Son, God in flesh among men. You walked my road, you understand. Servant King, friend to me, you saved my soul, washed my feet. Here I'll bow, give all to